Agamemnon Contingency Briefing, designated Saiyan Protocol for the Saiyan race. Target: a warrior race with an inherent drive for combat, exceptional adaptability, and near-limitless potential for growth. Their power is matched only by their resilience and tenacity, and if left unchecked, even a single Saiyan could prove catastrophic. Every measure here exists to preemptively counter that threat. Proceed with extreme caution. Subject analysis. The Saiyan race hails from the distant planet Vegeta, now destroyed. Saiyans are inherently gifted fighters, genetically designed to grow stronger after surviving each battle. They possess formidable physical attributes: extreme strength, speed, endurance, and a natural instinct for combat. Their adaptability makes them exponentially more dangerous, as they learn and improve in real time, adjusting strategies and weaknesses on the fly. A typical Saiyan, even without special transformations, can outmatch most conventional combatants. Saiyans are notable for their unique ability to transform, gaining significant power multipliers through intense emotional or physical stress. The most well-known transformation, the Super Saiyan, grants a Saiyan increased strength, speed, and energy projection to an extraordinary degree. This trait alone makes them a threat with few equals. But even without transformation, their base power levels are enough to rival or overwhelm standard defense measures. Saiyans evolved to thrive on combat, seeing it as both a sport and a necessity. This warrior culture drives them to seek out the strongest opponents and face them head-on, even to the point of self-sacrifice. Saiyans are remarkably resilient, often recovering from injuries that would kill most beings. After each recovery, they undergo a phenomenon known as a Zenkai boost, which increases their power and resilience. This boost makes any prolonged engagement extremely risky, as the Saiyan becomes increasingly difficult to contain or defeat over time. In summary, Saiyans are a warrior race with an intrinsic drive for combat, a nearly boundless capacity for growth, and unpredictable transformations. Their combat instinct, combined with adaptive resilience, makes preemptive containment the only viable approach. Containment strategy. To contain a Saiyan effectively, we must limit their access to energy sources. An advanced energy and sensory dampening field will surround any containment zone, cutting off access to environmental energy sources and reducing sensory stimulation. Saiyans are highly attuned to their surroundings, and sensory deprivation can prevent them from focusing on an escape or transformation. This field is powered by adaptive reactors designed to counteract power surges, making escape significantly more difficult. Containment through sensory deprivation. Remember, without focus, even a Saiyan's power has limits. Saiyans have a natural tolerance for extreme gravitational forces, a trait we can exploit to restrict their movements. The containment cell must simulate at least 500 times Earth's gravity to continually push their physical limits, preventing any potential buildup of energy necessary for a transformation. This gravity must be auto-adjusted to counter any signs of physical adaptation by the Saiyan, continuously adapting to keep them in a suppressed state. Gravitational confinement is not a foolproof strategy, but it's one of the few environmental stressors that can hold a Saiyan in place. Constant pressure is key. Each Saiyan taken into custody must be fitted with a neural dampening implant. This device suppresses neural activity associated with heightened aggression and emotional intensity. It's configured to detect spikes in brain activity tied to combat stress or anger, immediately releasing inhibitory signals to prevent transformation. The implant is tuned to target the neural pathways specific to the Saiyan physiology, restricting the biochemical responses that typically lead to power boosts or transformations. The implant serves as a preventive safeguard. Should a Saiyan attempt to transform, this implant gives us a fighting chance. Breach Response Protocol. If a Saiyan breaches containment, activate a high-speed quarantine protocol. Automated containment drones equipped with energy-dampening emitters will isolate the area and corral the Saiyan to a designated relocation zone. This protocol minimizes the potential for civilian exposure and restricts the Saiyan's movement to controlled areas. The objective is to prevent any further escalation by maintaining isolation and reducing potential power buildup. Containment is fluid. If they escape, relocate immediately to prevent exposure and escalation. If a Saiyan breach reaches critical levels, deploy the containment cloak team. This team operates in high durability, self-sustaining suits designed to withstand energy surges and physical force. Their objective is to create a perimeter around the Saiyan, using adaptive dampeners to prevent further energy accumulation. Engagement is a last resort. The team's primary objective is to delay and contain. Direct confrontation is to be avoided unless all other options are exhausted. Against a Saiyan, time is both our ally and our enemy. Buy time without risking lives. If containment measures begin to fail, and the Saiyan shows signs of adaptation, activate the cognitive disruption field. This field targets concentration, memory recall, and reflexes, inducing temporary disorientation. The goal is to disrupt their heightened combat instincts, creating moments of hesitation and confusion. This field doesn't reduce their power. It targets their focus, buying valuable time for reinforcements or extraction. Keep in mind, even a disoriented Saiyan is formidable, but this disruption provides a critical window for containment. Termination contingency. As a final measure, a termination protocol is authorized. Experimental nanite-based inhibitors will be deployed to target and neutralize a Saiyan's cellular energy production. These nanites disrupt the energy output from mitochondria, rendering the Saiyan physically incapacitated. This termination method is only to be used if containment measures have failed and no further options are viable. Termination is never our first choice, but when the threat is this severe, sometimes it's our only option. Closing statement. The Saiyan race represents more than a warrior culture. They are a persistent, adaptable, and highly resilient force. Their instincts, combat drive, and potential for transformation make them one of the most dangerous entities to engage. Each layer of this protocol is designed to preemptively contain and neutralize the Saiyan threat before escalation. But with Saiyans, the line between containment and chaos is razor thin. If you encounter one, remember, stay focused, follow protocol, and avoid direct engagement whenever possible. This is the Saiyan Protocol, and it's your only chance.